We are considering dimensional analysis under chemistry today, and we're trying to see how we can use it to convert from one measurement unit to another. So we can define dimensional analysis to be as a method of converting from one measurement unit to another. For example, converting from hours to minutes. So we know that minutes or hours are what we are calling measurement units. So how do we do this using dimension analysis? Things that you need to consider first are what we are calling conversion factors. So basically just how two systems of measurements relate to one another. For example, you have in 1 hour you have 60 minutes. So this is a measurement unit and this is also a measurement unit, and the conversion factor between these two measurement units is the 60. Okay, and another conversion factor that we have is let's say we have 24 hours in a day. So this is a conversion factor that we can also consider when converting from days to hours. And we can also consider, let's say, when you're converting from meters to centimeters, we know we have 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Okay, so this is the conversion factor. So now how do you use these conversion factors? Let's take, for example, you have 0.6 meters. How do you convert from how do you convert from meters to centimeters? How do you convert this 0.6 to centimeters? So well, you are going to use this conversion factor. So basically what you do is you get what you're given, then you multiply it with a fraction. So now this fraction should have either this one on top or this one on top. So for you to know what should be on top or what should be on the bottom, that would depend with what you're trying to find. If you're trying to find the answer in centimeters, centimeters should be on top. Okay, then meters on the bottom. So whatever you're not trying to find should be on the bottom. So in our case, we're trying to find the answer in centimeters. So centimeters should be on top with the 100. Then you have 1 meter on the bottom, so that when you do this, this meter and this meter can cancel. Then you can freely multiply these two to be 0.6 times 100 centimeters. And the answer you're going to get is 60 centimeters. Okay. How about you were given 30 minutes? Actually, 30 minutes is sort of easy to do, but anyway, let's go with it. You're given 30 minutes and you're told to convert 30 minutes into hours. So you're moving from minutes to hours. What do you do? Like I said, you make a fraction. Then what should be on the bottom is what you don't want. What should be on top is what you want. So the conversion factor that we are considering is this one, A. So now, we have said that what should be on top is what we want. We want the answer in hours. So in this case, we're going to say 1 hour should be on top over what we don't want. And what we don't want is minutes. So we're going to say over 60 minutes. then the minutes and the minutes will cancel so that you remain with hours. So this is just basically going to be equal to 30 over 60. 0 and 0 will cancel. Here, 1, 3 in here, that's 2. This is just going to be 0.5 hours, like that. Okay, so that's how you move from one unit of measurements to another. So let's try to look at some examples and build on this concept. This is our first example of consideration, where we're saying how many centimeters are in 3.5 inches, given that 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. So they have given us the conversion factor. And what we're trying to do is to move from inches to centimeters. So 3.5 inches, and we're converting it to centimeters. So what you do, you bring the fraction like that. Then what should be on top from this conversion factor? What should be on top and what should be on the bottom? We said that what should be on top is what you want, and on the bottom what you don't want. So we don't want inches. Therefore, from this conversion factor, the inches should be on the bottom. So 1 inch, then on top we're going to have 2.54 centimeter, so that this and this can cancel. Then you remain with 3.5 times 2.54 centimeter over 1. You can just say over 1. And what's the answer? Should be 8 point something. Let me quickly solve it on a calculator. 8.89 centimeter. Okay. So remember the formula. If you are given in inches and you want in centimeter, inches should be below. So basically we can summarize this to be what you've been given times what you've been given over what you, on top you have what you want. Something like this. I don't know, but I know you understand. Now, what is 3.45 pounds when expressed in grams? And they have also given us the conversion factor from pounds to grams. So 1 pound is equal to 4 point, it's not 4 point, it's 453.592 grams. Actually, let's just represent these things by their symbols. We know for pounds it's LB, for grams it's G. So now we have 3.45 LB for pounds, and we want our answer in grams. So what we don't want should be on the bottom from the conversion factor. Okay, so this is what we don't want. So you say 1 LB, then what we want should be on top 4.53 3. Yeah, why do I keep on saying 4 point when it's supposed to be 453.56.592 grams, like that, so that these two can cancel, then we can multiply what we are left with. So we're going to have 3.45 times 453.592. Okay, so your answer should be 1564.89 grams. So what we're saying is 3.45 pounds is equal to 1564.89 grams. This is fairly simple to do. And let's try another quick one that I didn't write. I just thought of this. What if you are taught to convert, convert 1 day to seconds? So you have 1 day times. Now what's the conversion factor? What conversion factors should follow? Well, you can't just move on to seconds directly like that. You need to move from a day to hours. And we know that in 1 day we have 24 hours. So basically the conversion factor I've used is that 1 day is equal to 24 hours. And I've placed what I want on top, and what I want to get rid of on the bottom, so that this can cancel. Now when you reach this point, again you can put another fraction, and you have 1 hour on the bottom, and on top it will be 60 minutes. Then you will have these two to cancel. Then we know that in 1 minute you have 60 seconds. Then the minutes will cancel. What you remain with is that 1 day is equal to 24 times 60 times 60 seconds. Okay, you can perform this multiplication and try to find the answer, but you get the concept of dimensional analysis. Okay? Yeah, so it's a very important tool that you're going to be using, because you're going to be converting most of the measurements from, let's say, liters to milliliters. So you need to know how to do these types of conversions. So with that knowledge that you've built on dimensional analysis, I'm going to see you in the next one.